So hello everyone. So today, basically, we will start present our topic about education and training to the total quality management. We will go to let me go to next slide. Let's see. Okay, so why the education and training is kept important to the TQM, and then we will discuss how the training can help improve the TQM in general. So this is kind of the overview of what we will go today. Rationale for training and training needs assessment, provide training in evaluating training, manager as trainer and workforce literacy, why training sometimes fail, and quality training curriculum, orientation training and customer training, ethic training, and make e-learning work. So this is those topics we will go through about our presentation today. Next, I will go through like what is the training is according to the textbook. So training is an organized, systematic series of activity designed to enhance an individual work to related to knowledge, skills, and understanding or motivation. So everyone in the organization or anything, when they providing the service or the product, the worker or employee should have proper knowledge, proper training, so they know what to do and how to do the job properly. So that's why like training is very important to TQM. And then I think we can start to the first person rationale for training and training needs assessment.
Yeah. Hello everyone. Yeah. Today my topic was in the part of education and training is rational for training. Is rational for is instruction is defined as increasing the person's awareness level and as a boost a person's proficiency in one or more fields of expertise. And it increase the drive for someone to their work successfully. Coming to the next point, and the need to compare service as the basis for training. Organizations need to be capable of competing worldwide if they want to thrive in the modern economies. And coming to the third point is to compete for market share, and industrial and commercial companies need to stock of the highest caliber, just like Olympic team needs world class athletes to win gold medal. I think coming to this is the importance of training increases by several aspects. The crucial elements among these are is the first one is the quality of the existing labor pool, and second one is a global competition, and third one is a rapid and continual change, and for one is the next one is the technology transfer problems, and the fifth one is the changing the demographics. Is coming to the first point is a quality of the existing labor pool. Like the labor pool is said to be high quality if its participants possess a strong foundation of key intellectual skills such as reading, writing, thinking, listening, speaking, and problem solving. In this application, quality refers to state of preparedness and potential. And coming to the second part of is global competition is Even some of the smallest American businesses find themselves in uh, fierce competition in the international market. Is a like large business compete fiercely on a worldwide scale. Coming to the third point is a rapid and continual change. The fear of change and lack of expertise are two of main barriers to efficient technology transfer, and training can get over both obstacles. There are two types in the process. The initial step in the process is the commercialization of new technology created in research labs or by lone inventors. Coming to the next second stage of the process called technological dissemination depends on training is coming to the changing demographics. Training, dedication, and consistent attention are necessary to overcome genders, societal, and cultural barriers. Mm, Coming to the my second part of the my topic was a training needs assessment. Is first one is a like employee management groups like this that meet without managers and supervisors are frequently more willing to acknowledge the need for training. Yeah, second one is these more detailed objectives must describe what the individual should be able to achieve following the training in a behavioral terms. And coming to the third point, the external approach is often utilized to build broad generalist abilities. However, some colleges will collaborate with employees, colleagues who will collaborate with employees to create unique courses. So organizations looking to provide to the training for their staff have various benefits. When partnering with institutes of higher learning, education training experts serve the institutions representatives. Yeah, this is my topics. Next one going with the second one.
My screen is visible right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Hi everyone. Yeah. My topic is providing training and evaluate training. So first of all, the purpose of training is to improve the knowledge, skills, and attitude of employee and student. It is turn the overall quality and productivity of the organization so that is become more competitive. In other words, the purpose of training is improve performance and it turns competitiveness to know whether training has improved performance. So it is considered into three parts. Those are internal approach and external approach. One more is partnership approach. The internal approach is like divided into three parts. Like one is computer based training, formal grouped institution, like media based instructions. Yeah, external approach also divided into two parts. One is short term training, one is long term training. The partnership approaches depend upon like moreover mm, not only three words what I mentioned here, like there is more points. So I want to elaborate those things like in internal approach, like continues, we can elaborate those things. Yeah. So we can discuss briefly coming to internal approach. Internal approach, those are slide is not working. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Internal approach are those used to provide training on site in the organization's facilities. These approaches include one-on-one training. Mainly computer-based training is the most important. Nowadays, the computer-based training is established itself as a successful internal strategy as a result of years of continuous improvement. Computer-based training is currently a popular training technique. It has the benefits of being self-paced, customized, and capable of giving student quick and ongoing feedback. It is best used in it acquiring general information as opposite to job specific abilities. Coming to formal group instructions. Yeah, it is a typical technique. it is a formal group institutions like which involves training a number of individuals who have similar training needs. Like the strategy may include discussion, case studies, role playing, simulation, multimedia. This all depend upon hands-on learning. It is the end of the day, it is called the question and answer section. The formal group instruction is called as question and answer section. Okay, coming to media based training. Yeah, media based instructions has become a popular internal approach. Actually, it is provide training. Companies and major publishing houses produce an almost endless list of Turkey's media based training. So the simplicity of the might consist of a DVDs. So it is more, I think, more comprehensive, might include DVDs and workbooks. I think so. It's depend upon workbooks and media and DVDs. So it is all based on media. I think that's it about these internal approaches. We are coming to external approach. The external approach is like divided into two parts. One is short term, one is long term. That short term training program change often as employees look of new skills and credentials. It's work on like also during our works, like when class is going on, like when job hours, that time they can teach something else in like a short term only, like a they can take half an hour and all, they can train everything in that time only. This is a small kind of training, that's why it's called of short term training. It's depend upon few hours and few weeks only, it's and so it is short term training. So coming to long term training such as a college courses and universities, and they depend upon tuition and books fees entire. It's depend upon long term, like going years and years. uh, that is external approach incomplete training methods ranging from seminars, college courses. The external approach is typical used for developing such developing, that is internal external approach. Coming to partnership approach. Yeah, partnership is a relation based on mutual commitment and complementary purpose and value that is often supported by shared resources and which result in positive change and increases social justice. The training needs personal and different levels. It's ongoing and like levels in like what customer organization need, like a organization goal, what is the goal of organization. It's depend upon productivity, quality and competitiveness. It's everything depend upon like what kind of training they need to provide. So it is everything depend upon partnership appropriate. What is needed and what is present can be closed by providing appropriate training. It is entire depend upon partnership approach. Coming to evaluating, one second, what is happening? Yeah, evaluate training. The purpose of training is to improve the knowledge, skills and attitude of employee, and it's turn the overall quality and productivity of the organization so that it become more competitive. Training evaluation is the systematic process of collecting information and using that information to improve your training. Like end of the day, when we are giving training, we need to observe like what is the purpose of the training. First of all, the goal of the training, and after that, the has the training brought result or not, like how they are learning, did they learn or not. It's everything depend upon like we need to observe, did that training provide satisfy the training objectives, or the training used what they learn. It's end of the day, has the training brought the result or not. We need to observe all these kind of things and all. In this scenario, as a manager need to know the answers to that questions. Like every time training is provided, however this broad purpose should not be confused with the more specific training objectives. The purpose of training is a broader concept, like the objective translate this purpose into more specific measurable terms. So my conclusion is the goal of training is to improve employee knowledge, aptitude, and attitude, which will enhance the organization's general standard of excellence and productivity and make it more competitive. In other words, training is done to increase performance, which in turns increase competitions for performance has improved as a result of training. As well as we need to observe after giving training what they learn and how they are improving their knowledge and has the training brought result or not. So what I understand according to author said regarding about this subject. So thank you.
All right. Thank you, Vishnu, for sharing your topic.
And so managers, if managers want to be effective trainers, they have to have a passion for teaching, they have to have a positive attitude, and they have to lead by example and show an in-depth knowledge of the topic or the subject they want to teach their subordinates. And then managers need to put into mind the principles of learning so that their teachings can be effective. And these principles, they build on one another. The first one is people would only learn when they are ready to learn. So if your subordinates are not ready to learn, the chances are what you're teaching them, they'll probably not get it. And the second one is people learn easily when what they are learning can be related to something they know. So you want to build on the knowledge that is there already. You cannot go from the unknown to you have to go from the known to the unknown and not the other way around. And the only way you can do that is by taking learning in a step-by-step manner. So subordinates are easy, or the people you are teaching are they get it easily. And also people learn by doing. So learning shouldn't just be about theory. If you keep making it theoretical, the chances are they'll probably forget everything you're teaching them if there are no hands-on simulation or hands-on experience when it comes with the learning process. And the more people use what they are learning, the better it's going to stick. So if you're teaching people how to make use of like a software, the best way they can actually know how to use it is if they actually make use of the software in practice. And then success in learning tends to simulate additional learning. And then when you give feedback, it is easier for people for what is being taught to stick in their head. So the first step to teaching, there are 4 steps to the teaching method. We have preparation, and that is where you prepare the instruction you want to pass across, where the teaching is taking place. That's the facility. Is it a classroom? Is it a boardroom? Is it a conference room? And then also you prepare the learners. So most of the first way people do that is through a lesson plan that shows the statements of purpose, the learning objective, then the instructional materials you want to use to pass across what you're teaching, assignments you want to give to reinforce learning, and also the evaluation method. So we move to the second step, which is the presentation. And presentation includes the learning materials you want to use to teach your learners. We know the lecture method, which is very common in classes where the teacher or the lecturer or the instructor use like a structured way of teaching to communicate with the learners, such that it gives charts, slides on the board to show what is trying to teach. We have the demonstration method where you use a step-by-step process to show learners how to perform a specific task or skill. There's a conference method, and this is usually used more in a corporate setting for problem-solving teaching methods. And then we have the multimedia method, which is the use of DVDs, the use of simulation or online instructions. Then the third step in the teaching method is the application. So you want to give the learners the opportunity to apply what they are learning, which is the most important way of actually learning. That's learning by doing. And then evaluation, that's like feedback. Give the learners opportunity to work on what you've taught them and then give them feedback on how well they've gotten the information. So all managers in total quality systems are also trainees. So the managers shouldn't just be the trainers. They too have to take in learning, and they have to complete training in quality basics, strategic quality management, quality planning, quality improvements, and quality control. So the second part is workforce literacy. So because of how technology has gone wide right now, the advancement in technology, there is a need for the workforce to train their staffs and their staff members, because the competition in the global market space is becoming very, very high. And so illiteracy is becoming a more pressing issue. And the reason for that is because basic skills are not enough because of technological advancement. And then you have to learn the new way to do things, to use technology to enhance processes. And the impact of illiteracy in industries right now is the fact that there are difficulty in filling high-skilled jobs because people can't use technology. There are lower levels of productivity, a lower level of competitiveness, higher level of waste, higher potential for damage to sophisticated technological systems. And that's because people don't know how to use it well. So they probably, spoil it while they're trying to use it if there is no proper education as to how to go through with the technological systems, and greater number of dissatisfied employees in the workplace. So what can industry do? So the three ways in which companies or industries can accomplish workforce literacy to their employees is through on-the-job remedial education. And they can provide this by private training firms, or provide the education themselves, like in the company, or form partnerships with colleges, universities, or vocational schools to help to assist them in training their employees. And the last part of this is the effective study techniques, which can be taught to employees before enrolling them in a training program. You have to make your employee understand how to learn and how to make effective use of time. And the strategies that can be used include making a schedule and stick to it, have a quiet place to study, listen carefully and take notes, make outlines, and then study regularly. So that's it. Thank you.
I hope you are doing good. So I'm going to explain about why training sometimes fails. So training is an important component of overall quality, although it is not always effective. In truth, training often ineffective. Means training fails for a variety of reasons, including insufficient training, insufficient curriculum materials, poor planning, and insufficient financing, and a lack of commitment. So these are the reasons, and I'm going to explain seven reasons why training fails. First is limited time and competing priorities. So while training, there'll be priorities changing. So and there will be lack of limited time. So that is the reason, and lack of interest. Next, limited budget and training resources, information overloaded, lack of planning and poor training. Next, neglecting what happens after training, relying on the technology to do the work for you. So these are the seven reasons why training fails. And coming to next topic, quality training curriculum. So uh, this comes when managers who want to take charge in the total quality environment should have solid grounding in three pillars of quality. According to Juran it calls as Juran triology. So he have explained about quality planning, quality control, and quality improvement. So these are the topics, and they have given small lessons about that, and I'm going to explain few topics about it. So first comes and quality planning training. It is recommended that these responsible for quality planning receive training in the following areas. First one is strategic management for quality. Next, quality policies and how to implement them. Next, quality goals and how to implement them. And the Durant trilogy, big Q, little q, the triple role concept, the planning roadmap, customer service, which is internal and external. All this comes in the quality planning training. Even though like transfer to operations, lesson learned, and planning to implement changes. So these all comes under have to plan according the planning for training. Next one is quality control training. Uh, we have quality and consistency in products and services is a minimum expectations for customers and despite a clear need for quality control. There is a distance lack of certified skills, strategic management for quality, whereas these comes under quality control, which is feedback loop, self control, planning for control, control topics, responsible for control, performance evaluation, statistical data, and quality assurance hurdles and control systems. Coming to quality improvement training, companies can get closer to achieving consistency of performance by standardizing the curriculum as presented here. So we have statistical management for quality, the Durant trilogy, quality councils, the cost of poor quality. So these all comes under how to improve the quality training. So uh, we have the curriculum has presented here and requiring all managers to complete training in these three board areas which I have explained about quality planning training, quality control training, and quality improvement training. So it is crucial in this total quality setting because it makes performance easier to measure and improve. Yeah.
My hello guys, are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, here we are going to discuss about customer training and orientation training. It is important to important for every new employee who come who who are going to into a new job role. When they are going to a new job role, they don't know about anything like their organization, its corporate culture, its rules, regulations, and expectations, and its employees also. So training is essential for them for this reason. So despite being publicly available, orientation is sometimes random and of poor quality. There are some recurring errors are associated with orientation training. Those errors are insufficient information. The organization is not going to give such sufficient information for the employees for becoming a productive employee. Due to lack of giving sufficient information, the employee not able to become productive due to lack of that are providing the information. So and the next one is too much information. Some organizations try to give too much information to their employees to give them good start, but this is also some kind of limitation for the employee, because human mind can take such amount of information for particular time. And the next one is conflicting the information. In every organization, the employees can get organized approved approach to a given situation, but in this case some employees who have experience in that organization can say that ignore that stuff, here is how we really do it. So this type of confliction can arise in that information in that organization. So here are some of these strategies to prevent the orientation errors. So in that, first one is base orientation topics on a needs assessment, establish an organization framework, and the next one is establish learning control. Make orientation a process, not just an event. Allow people and personalities to emerge. And the next one is reflect the organization mission and culture. Have a system for improving and updating. With all together these, we can prevent the orientation errors. And the last one is customer training. For it is important to give training for the customers also. Orange says that the customer is always right, but although this is orange implies that the customer is always right, this is not necessarily the case. In reality, inappropriate customer use is one of the leading cause of customer product failure. Customer training encompasses a variety of activities such as marketing, setting customer expectations, and offering user support. Customers are less likely to be happy if they have incorrect or unreasonable expectations. Customer education can support our products' marketing efforts. The guiding principle behind customer education and marketing is you wouldn't buy a car if you didn't know how to drive one. It's a good idea to involve marketing personnel in the formulation of the training to gain the maximum marketing value of customer training. This is the about the customer training and orientation training and how they are important to us. Thank you.
Yes, so the topic assigned to me was the ethics training and making e-learning work. So coming to the ethical trainings, nowadays ethical trainings are very essential to preserve the positive business culture and responsive to any ethical dilemmas that could arise. So employees will be aware of the possible ethical dilemmas by this ethical training. So ethical trainings are increasing nowadays by the US organizations. So coming to the topics that are covered in the ethical training, so these ethical trainings covers the drug and alcohol abuse, employee theft, conflicts of interest, sexual harassment, corporate social responsibility, quality control, misuse of property information, abuse of expense accounts, plant closings and layoffs, misuse of company property, environmental pollution, methods of gathering competitors' information, inaccuracy of books and records, receiving excessive gifts and entertainment, false or misleading advertising, giving excessive gifts and entertainment, kickbacks, insider trading. Um, yes, these are also the topic that is covered by ethical training. So, antitrust issues, bribery, political contributions and activities, improper relations with local, state, and federal government officials, inaccurate time charging to government and private entities, improper relations with foreign government officials. So the coming to the next topic that is making e-learning work. So the e-learning work is increasingly becoming a part of corporate training culture. If used properly, computer and online tools can improve both accessibility and quality of business training. So, so employees must be aware that scalability is one of the advantages, and learning is a great approach to swiftly spread information to a large number of individuals. So, avoid attempting to offer e-learning opportunities without assistance. When learning coaches and mentors are available, so it works the best. So it says that e-learning, we can use best use of e-learning if there is good coaches and mentors that are available. So it is incorrect to think e-learning is a way of economize by eliminating instructors. So it is a different method of training that functions well in particular situations. So combining classrooms and online learning will give your students the advantage of both environments. And yes, create the student evaluation for online learning in a way that prevents students just from copying answers from the textbooks into examinations. And employees should not be pressurized to quickly move from in-person education to online instructions. So they must be given some time and support to come from in-person education to computer-based training. So we also need to keep in mind that e-learning is just a tool rather than a strategy. Yes, that's all from me. Thank you.
All right. Thank you all for sharing your topic today. I just want to quick summarize what we presentation for this chapter about. Excuse me. So basically, like as we know, to ensure like total quality for our service or product, we should improve our training of the employee and the worker over time. Because if we not provide them the proper training, so they don't know what to do and they cannot act the product or the service that met the quality that we set, so basically like provide a good training, and the training have to be like relevant to their field, so they be more can improve the employee knowledge. So yeah, that will be our conclude of our presentation today. One more time, thank you guys for preparing the presentation. I know like some of you go over 4 minutes. That's fine, because the thing is like sometimes we have to do what we have to do. If you have too much information to cover, that's why to take time to ensure you don't miss anything. All right. Any more question for me this time before I turn off the record and submit this presentation?
No questions, Anna.
And do we have to share this presentation to you? I mean, this PPT.
No, you guys don't have to. I just need to submit this recording right now, the link to the D2L. Also, you guys need to go on D2L, check the other group discussion, see their video, and write their response on their group. Okay, each
Anna,
of you